Ted Bundy, the charming monster. A long suspense crime story with prologue, the smile that lied. People always said Ted Bundy didn't look like a killer. Clean-cut dude, polite smile, fancy words, a voice smoother than a late-night radio host. The kind of guy your mom would trust to help carry groceries. But behind that smile, there was something cold. Something that didn't blink. He was the kind of man who could walk into a crowded room and blend in like wallpaper, while hiding secrets dark enough to freeze your blood. This is the story of how America fell for the charm of its most dangerous monster, until the mask slipped. Chapter 1, The Guy Next Door. Seattle, Washington, mid-1970s. College campuses buzzing with students, rock music, and political arguments. Everyone minding their business. And then girls started disappearing. One girl. Then another. Then another. No forced entry. No loud screams. Like the victims just vanished into thin air. Cops were scratching their heads while the whole city whispered, "Man, there's a psycho out there." They didn't know that the psycho was the same dude holding open doors around campus. Ted Bundy was studying psychology, working at a suicide hotline, volunteering in political campaigns. All while hunting for victims like a predator stalking at night. He mastered the ultimate trick. Be the last person anyone suspects. Chapter 2, The Cast on His Arm. One summer day at Lake Sammamish State Park, people were enjoying sunshine, barbecue smell in the air, little kids splashing water. Then a handsome man with a fake cast approached women. "Hey, can you help me load my sailboat?" "My arm's messed up," he said, giving his charming smile. Most said no. 2 said yes. They went with him. They never came back. When police scrambled for witnesses, all they had was one clue. The guy said his name was Ted. And just like that, Bundy made his first big mistake. Chapter 3, A Face in the Crowd. The police now had a name. But there were 4,000 guys in the state named Ted. Bundy was on the list. But come on, he looked way too normal. He had a lawyer vibe, not a murderer vibe. So the cops didn't push too hard. Meanwhile, he moved states. Then the disappearances followed him like a storm cloud. Colorado, Utah, Oregon. Wherever Ted went, trouble followed. But still, he smiled, he talked smooth, he acted polite. And people believed him. He was like a snake in a suit. Chapter 4, The One That Got Away. November 1974, Salt Lake City. A young woman named Carol Durant ran into a police station, shaking like she survived a nightmare. A man pretending to be a cop tried to kidnap her. But she fought like hell and escaped. Her description? Handsome, clean-shaven, brown hair, driving a VW Beetle. Police checked their suspect list again. Ted Bundy popped up. Again. This time, they didn't ignore it. Chapter 5, The Arrest. When cops finally pulled over Bundy's Volkswagen Beetle, the car looked normal on the outside. Inside, everything screamed serial hunter. Rope. Crowbar. Handcuffs. A ski mask. A wrench. Even the cops got chills. Bundy smiled politely, like none of it was weird. Like they caught him with groceries instead of kidnapping tools. Still, he was arrested. But the real show was just beginning. Chapter 6, The Escape Artist. Bundy didn't just think he was smarter than cops. He knew he could outsmart them. And he did, twice. First escape. He jumped out of a courthouse window. Just hopped out like he was stepping outside for lunch. Second escape. He starved himself thin, squeezed through a tiny hole in the jail ceiling, crawled through ducts, and walked right out the front door dressed like he owned the place. Dude vanished like a magician. Meanwhile, America panicked. A dangerous monster was roaming free again, and they had no idea where he was. Chapter 7, The Florida Nightmare. Bundy ran all the way to Florida, hiding under a fake name. It should have been a fresh start. Instead, it became his darkest crime scene. In January 1978, he snuck into the Chi Omega sorority house at Florida State University. What happened inside those walls was pure horror. A crime scene so brutal that even seasoned detectives felt sick. He attacked multiple women in minutes, moving from room to room like a silent shadow. Only one girl survived, and her description helped police track him. Bundy was arrested again, sweaty, wild-eyed, like the mask had finally fallen off. This time, there was no escape. Chapter 8, The Trial That Captivated America. Bundy decided he'd be his own lawyer. Bad idea. He turned his trial into a circus, smiling, flirting, cross-examining witnesses, acting like he was performing on TV. But even with all his charm, the evidence was too strong. His smooth talk couldn't erase the truth anymore. In 1979, he was convicted. Crowds outside the courthouse cheered like their favorite team won the Super Bowl. The charming monster was finally caged. Chapter 9, The Confessions. On death row, Bundy played mind games. He confessed. Then denied. Then confessed again. He admitted to crimes across multiple states. More than anyone ever imagined. He talked about his victims like they were objects. No guilt. No remorse. Just cold, hollow words from a man with no soul. Chapter 10, The End of the Monster. January 24, 1989. Florida State Prison. Crowds gathered outside chanting, "Burn, Bundy, burn." The charming mask was gone. No more tricks. No more smooth talk. He spent his final moments looking like a man who finally ran out of lies. When the switch was flipped, the chapter of America's most manipulative killer closed for good. Epilogue, The Danger of a Smile. Ted Bundy proved one terrifying truth. Evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes it looks like the guy next door with perfect hair and a polite smile. His story remains a chilling reminder that darkness can hide behind the brightest grin. And sometimes, the most charming people have the most dangerous secrets. Next back comment.